This conference will now be recorded.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Let us start. I think all of them are not arrived. Okay. 2, 3 people. Okay, let's start. So in the previous class, we have seen that network, okay, what is scheduling and all. Now let us quickly go through that configurations, okay. Then let's come back. So then after that, we can see that milestones and project versions and all those things. Okay, so what we have seen here, the network. Yeah, now we need to see these scheduling scenarios and all those things. So let me just check this. So basically, these are the areas where is related to the network configurations, network profile, network type parameters, scheduling parameters, then confirmation parameters, and all those things. So let's quickly go through.
Hear you.
Hello, you cannot hear me? Hello.
We can hear Abdul.
Yeah, okay. Okay, maybe you can just rejoin if you are not able to hear. Sometimes that app will have issues. So let's go through this. Okay, so let me just open the project first, which we are talking about. So I think this is the one.
Hi, sir. Cannot hear
Yeah.
you. Any problem with the transmission?
No, I think others can hear me. Others. So maybe all others can hear. So maybe. Let me just type it. You can hear me, please. Check. Please check. Okay. So everybody can hear me except you.
Yeah, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah.
So tell me. Network quality is.
Yeah, okay. So no problem. Let him just rejoin. So I just typed it in the message. So maybe you guys can also just type him that message. Just ask him to rejoin. Okay, so here what we are talking about, yeah, the networks. Yeah. So these are the network. This is a network which we have created. Okay, now let me just show you. So this is the first thing is what we need to check is what is the network type. Okay, what is network profile, then MRP controller, these things, all those things are there. So let's go through the configurations. Here along scene. I hope you can hear me now, right? So here structures, operative structures, network. Okay. Then here this one is first one is settings for networks. So here we start here. Then first one is you need to create a network type. So this is what the basic things. It is like the same like in order type. If anybody is familiar with PM order or anything, so it will be similar to that. So here PS04, this is the one. So if I look at it, PS04, this is the one is created. So you need to create a new entry, give a type. So maybe if you are creating, better to create it start with Y or Z, you know. Then this type is applicable across client level. If you want, you can extend to all the plans. Okay. Then here you go. Then these are the details. Okay. Network profile. Sorry, network type. And you give that order category. Basically, it is 20 order category 20 that the system will take by default. Okay, and the tables which is storing is same as all the tables. All the orders are stored in the same table. So for example, these are the tables basically related to this AUFK. This is one table for the header. Okay, one is AUFK. This is related to the network type, network details. Okay, order type is there. Okay, then similarly, there is one more table is there, AFKO. So this is the main table for network header, AUFK and AFKO. Okay, these are the things which is storing. Then as far as activity is concerned, there is 2-3 tables are there, but main is AFVC. That is the main table which stores the activity details. Okay. Then we have one more table which is storing the scheduling details, that is called AFVV. AFVV. This is the table which is storing the scheduling details, dates and all those things for the activities. Okay. So the same table which we are talking about, AUFK and AFVC, that or AFK, FKO, those tables, that is the same table. Even plant maintenance order, you know, PP order and all kind of order will store the same table. But only the difference is the order category will be different. That is one major. Other order type, obviously, it will be different, but order category as well is different. So as far as network is concerned, it is a 20. Then maintenance order is 30. Production order is 10. Like that, it keeps on changing. Okay. Then these are the details. If you want, you can use the classifications. Then residence time is there. Then we have functional area manufacturing, then object class, then settlement profile. So settlement profile, we will talk at finally what is about the settlement. Just give you an overview. Basically, this is again a major finance area, but still we'll just look into it. Then object class, again, this is also related to CO. Basically, the object class is used to define the way how you want to flow the cost in CO. Okay, the cost flow is depends on the object class. So there are different object class are there. So O cost, overhead cost, or investment, or production, or profit analysis. These are the four. So mostly, if we have talking about the WIP calculation and all those things are involved in any project or any network, then normally will be used production. Then if there is no if only revenue is involved but there is no WIP calculation, then we go for profit. Then if it is related to investment, then it will go for investment. If it is just a overhead cost, then it will go for O cost. So these are the different object class. Then status profile, what we are talking about, the user status. So the status profile is normally assigned to the order type. So network type. So you can assign the network type, the status profile created here. So that will come to, so once you are going to here, this is status, what is you're seeing the status here, it will come from there. So only thing is we have for a header and activity, same profile. Okay, this is a profile, what you see. Same profile only can be used. It is not possible to use two different profile, one for network activity and one for network header. We have project definition separate, WBS element separate, but for network it is not available, or it will be the same. But when you're talking about maintenance order, that option is there, but in network we don't have that option. So you need to consider mainly when you're creating the status profile, so you need to consider this. How do you want to control? Then number range, okay, that is normal, you can process it. If you want to release immediately, this check can be activated. Then after that, once you create a network type, then the second one is specify parameters for network. So this one is actually plant level configuration. So each network type or the network type what you configured, you need to extend it for each plant. What are the plant which you need to delete? For example, here we were using it for 1,300 and 1,000. So let's say 1,000. So 1,000 we have that PS04. So this is the details which we need to extend it. So for example, if I look into it.
Abdul, I have one question.
Yeah.
So basically in the network types, we have a PS01 to PS04, right? So I think PS01 and 02, 03 all are similar, only maybe 04, which is related to customer project, maybe the settlement rule will be different. So that PS01, 02, 03, why we need to go for the three kind of network types? So when we can use for these three different network into the WBSO?
Yeah. So one difference is you said the settlement profile is different. So you need to have a separate network type because the settlement rule is assigned to that defaulting from the network type. That is one thing. Second thing is we talk about there is two type of network. One is header assigned, one is activity assigned. So this is the details. For example, this is activity account assigned network. So if it is a header assigned, then this tick will not be there. That is one thing. Then another thing, maybe this is SAP have given the standard, no? So header assignment, operation assignment, activity.
So which one we need to define actually? What is a good practice, Abdul? Which one we need to assign? The PS01 or header or account activity? These things.
Activity is the best. Because if you are using header assigned, then what happened? Each WBS you need to create one network header and activity.
Oh, it should be one network header and another.
Yes, because you cannot assign one. It is not advisable to assign the activity of header assigned network to another WBS.
Okay. Okay. So because of why I'm asking.
Yeah. Here there is external number range and internal number range. That is also another segregation given. For example, if you want the external number or internal number, so that you can use it.
Okay, can you show it once the PS01, 02 creation after this thing, how it works in the WBS?
Header assign one.
Yeah, header and account.
I will create one header assign because this is all same thing. This one is a different one, header assign, because if you look at the header assign one, here they have this somebody's tick. It is supposed to be not tick, should be there. This should look like that one. This tick will not be there. There is a difference. So here, because the difference, what you will not flow, will you find it actually when in the cost flows, it will go to the header level. That's it. Then these are the area where we are maintaining the strategy, how the settlement should be created, and settlement strategies, network type parameters. Then here we are specifying whether plan cost to be calculated or not. So this is, we are talking about the cost planning. Then here we are talking about this costing variant for planning and costing variant for actual. Again, it is related to how the plan cost or actual cost need to be considered while loading and cooking. So that is what it is, calculation variant is there, costing variant. So that is assigned here. Then this is actually status change documents. So if you want status, whenever you are doing the status changes, if you want a change document to be recorded, then you need to activate it. Okay, then there is one more option is there, which is called a change profile. So I just go to that. For example, if there is a define a change profile is there. So the change profile means this is only one here in the system standard. So only thing is this change profile you can these are the area which how it should be worked. Do not delete manually added objects. So this is one thing. So then activity, for example, if it while deleting, if activity was released, what should be the behavior? Okay, activity partially confirmed, then warning. Activity manual. So this way you can have different settings. For example, if you don't want delete released activity should not be deleted, then you can see here error. Okay, then it will not allow. So like that, you can have different behavior to a change profile. Then that change profile you can assign to here in the parameters. So once you assign that the parameter, then that change profile, the system network will behave with that. Okay, you can try that. This one, you can see that how it is behaving that in the change profile. Create a change profile and assign it here. Then you create a new network. So don't expect the existing one. Create a new network and try how is it behaving. Then comes to the network profile. Before that, there is two things we need to maintain. One is the scheduling parameters. So here scheduling, let's say specify parameters for network scheduling. This is important one. So here basically it will be plan level, but it will just PS04. We are just putting a star, but here there is a that entry should be there. How the behavior should be, whether a scheduling type, what is the scheduling type, whether it is a backward or forward, So what you are setting it here, that is coming here in the header. This scheduling type is picking up from where, but it is possible to change it here if you are allowing the configuration. That if it is a change, you can change it, but that is what it is coming from there. So here, so this is the backward. Then this is what we were talking about, start in the past. You remember during scheduling, I said if you want to to allow schedule it in the past, I mean the past days, then you need to put the here how many days. The maximum is allowed is 999. You can allow 999. So that many 3 years, right? So that way you can allow it, or don't allow it, 0 empty. Backward scheduling. So if it is not allowed a backward scheduling, then the case will come up. The today's scheduling will take place.
Abdul, basically, if we didn't fill, then today's scheduling will automatically calculate, right?
Yeah, it will take it up, yeah. So if you fill it, then that many days it allows in the past. So if you want to allow, then don't put 1 day, 2 day like that. You put 999. That's it, the maximum. If you don't want to allow, then keep it empty. So a better customer project and all always comes like this, backwards with empty. So that is the best practice. Then this one also automatic scheduling. So it is better not to tick automatic scheduling, because what happens if you put automatic scheduling, each and every save, the system will start scheduling it. So Actually, that is normally disturb the planners. They will not be able to see how many days it is, shifted and all those. So every time project dates will be keeps on shifting if anybody opens and saves it. So it is better to avoid that automatic scheduling. Then you can ask the planners, they let them do it scheduling manually. Then this is the logs you want, then whether scheduling with break. And there is a concept called the shift order. What does that mean? Means, for example, you have entered some kind of actual dates. Yeah, if you entered some actual dates, or let's say partially confirmed. So while next scheduling, how you need to consider it, whether you want to include those days or you want to exclude those days. That's what the shift order will do. For example, you have a 10 days activity and you have completed 5 days work. So when you are rescheduling that activity duration, you want to consider the system to consider 10 days or only the balance 5 days. So that is what this shift order will do. So anything, you can just press F1 and have a look at it. So what this is doing it. Then there is a concept called the reduction. So basically, it is a concept. The planner level, they don't agree this, and it is very, if a simulation also will be very tough. Actually, you need to have a lot of scenario to be tested whether it is be simulating it properly or not. What does it do is, for example, we talking about the today scheduling, right? This today scheduling concept. So in today's scheduling, system will try to fit that project duration within that period, adjust the durations automatically. But again, there is a lot of strategy. There is a trial error. You want to see whether it is really possible. But some of them it's not possible. So it better, as long as if you are talking about the customer project, it's better not to do that, because what happened then automatically some activity system will reduce it when then the person doing the scheduling, like planner or project manager, they will not come to know why that duration is automatically changing. So that way, it's the options are there. If you want, you can use it, but then there is a lot of trial and error and simulation you need to make it. This is what scheduling parameters. Then what we are talking about is important one is when we are planning about materials. So there is a availability check. This configuration also is mandatory. So only thing is we need to put the checking control. There is a defined checking rule, defined checking scope. Normally we use the standard ones, but only thing is defined checking control. This is a planned level configuration. So when you create a new type, you need to maintain that. There is a two settings. One is, what is that? PS04. Yeah, here. This two will be there. So one is release, one is create. That is what two is coming. So for example, here, this is what we are talking about, check availability order creation, how the behavior you want it. So checking rule PS is already there. So we will be using that. Then you need to say whether you need to check the PRT or you need to check the capacity, like the while creation. Similarly, for during the release. So here, how do you want to define? See whether they want to no release if parts are missing. So this kind of way you can do the material checking. Again, this will be applicable for when you are assigning a material, but this is mandatory to as a configuration. From configuration perspective, it has to be there, but the effect you will come to know while when you are doing a material planning in the network. Then what else? Yeah, then we are talking about the confirmations. So confirmation means when you are entering the actual dates. Okay. So to enter actual dates, there are defined confirmation parameters also required. This is also important one. So for example, if I look into here, so if I go to the 1000, it's all order. All planned level configuration. So here, if you look into here, then here we have how the behavior while doing the confirmation. Confirmation means you need to go to a transaction which is called CN25, okay, or it is available from CJ20 as well. So here you can give the network number, activity number, and confirm it. For example, let me just take this, whether it is released. No, it's not released. So let us take this. If it is not released, then system will not allow. Let's take this. Then say I want that first activity to be confirmed. See, network is not released. So the base minimum requirement for confirmation is released. That is a standard validation. Okay. Then other things are like so let us take one which is a released one. This is also not released, so let me just release it. So let's release only one activity to show how it is working. Edit status release. This is released, then there is an option here itself is there. So let me just show from both. So here, for example, if I want to confirm, here it is edit activity confirm. This is one option. Okay. So this will give you the same behavior of this transaction. For example, CN20. So here, for example, I think 20. I think so. No, what was that number? I forgot. Yeah, anyway, you can search it. Based on project definition. So we know our project definition was $2. So this is the one. So if I enter, it will show what is available for. Only 30 is allowed. That is why it is showing only 30. So normally, if you have multiple released, then you need to choose which one you are going to confirm. So 30. So here, this is the confirmation. Here, options are there. You have to put the degree of processing, how much percentage it is completed. Okay. Then there is options are there. For example, if you are confirming it from automatically, then the work will be automatically calculated based on the percentage. So that start date and date will be calculated. If you are doing it manually, then you can enter differently. So manual confirmations are more flexible when you are comparing to from SAP side. Okay, but if you are doing automatic, then it will work like MS project or anything. So if you look at from the MS project and all, the confirmation only automatic is there. So if you put the percentage, automatically it will give you how much of work is completed. So it looked like your plan and actual looks similar. So that is the reason I was just talking about. There is a concept of baseline in other software. In SAP, we have versions, so I will show you that one after. Okay. So this is what we are talking about, the confirmation. So during this confirmation, that what is the sir, whether you want to propose, because here automatically 100% came. So the reason is being that here we said final confirmation to propose it, propose date, propose it. So here we can put whatever the behavior, how it is look, whether in the date in future is allowed or not, you know, whether you want to show the logger, error handling, mass confirmation is available or not, then whether the goods movement is allowed or not, because there is some concept called back flushing is there. Normally that comes when it when along with the PP. So whether you want automatically to do happen the goods movement or not, that's what this is defining. Then confirmation operation, confirmable, how do you want the selection, then there is an event is triggering normally from this confirmation. So with that, whether you want to link any workflow, then it is possible to link it. There are standard tasks SAP is giving for change overdue and all. Then whether you want to do any kind of HR update, also there is a triggering is possible. But just ticking this is not HR update. You need to link it with that functions. So there is an option for while you're confirming, you can put the personal number, then what is the hours is here, whether you want to take it to the HR and all those things are possible. Okay. So that is what it is showing. Then so these are optional, but this configuration is required, then only system will allow you to make confirmations. Okay, and confirmation is important because what we are doing only the planning. Then later on, if you want to enter the actual, then it has to be entered through the confirmation. So confirmation basically we specify what is the percentage we have completed. That is, we call it as a degree of processing. Then based on that one, system can calculate the progress. So we have not taken. I will come to that progress calculation. What is progress
Abdul,
analysis? How it's calculated? Yeah.
Abdul, this confirmation is only for internal activities, right? For external service entry sheet is enough, right? Or we need to do for that also?
Yeah, that is enough, but it's better to do it. So you will have that progress calculation. That is again, I will come to that after the network. Then there is a settings for activities. What is that? Network.
No, basically, what would be the recommend, Abdul? Whether we have to recommend to complete?
You can make it optional because there is progress calculation. So how do you are going to do the progress calculation? For example, if you want to take progress calculation for each and every activity based on the degree of processing, then you need to confirm all. Progress analysis method, how you are going to use it. That is one factor which is determined that way. So for example, in the control key, this is what network settings. So in the control key, we have internal, external service and all those things. So this control key, for example, if you look at the internal, then here we are mentioning confirmation required for internal. Okay. But if you look at the external or say cost service activity, the confirmation is optional. Confirmation possible, but not necessary. So based on this settings, system will make it or not. For example, as I said, if you are going to be in a scenario where confirmation is the one which you are considering your project progress calculation, then you can make this one as a required, and then so people will confirm all the activities. If it means don't change the standard one, you can create Z control keys, and that can be assigned to your network profile. So here, once I do that, then finally it will come to the network profile. So here in the network profile, we are talking about this. This was our profile. So here you can default the plant if required. Okay, that is an optional. The network type you can put, then planner group, all allowed, or you can say select MRP controller, you can allow. Then how the view should be. Then there is these are the variants. So these are the variants means this is a graphical configurations. So normally you will use standard one. And this is what we are talking about, that field key for that user field, like we talk about in the WBS element. Similarly, you can use it for here also. Okay, this one I will explain what is procurement indicator while taking the costing. Then here, the purchase request, how it should be created. You can decide whether it's from release or never or immediately, like that. So what happened based on that one? Here in the CJ20, if you look at it, So here, if I go, so you can see that components from release, purchase requisition or immediately never. So this is what we are controlling it here. So you can change it. And capacity requirement is there, align finish date, and all those things, and tool summarization. This is then here the same thing. Validation is there for header. Validation is there for activities. Substitution is there for header for activities. Then there is a concept of ACL. Okay, so then whether we want to use it that or not, that you can specify. Then these are the graphical area, which is again, you can play around with how the color look like and all those things. Basically, or you can keep the same standard as it's look like, or you can play around with how the profile should look like, what the ID should look like. Then when it comes to the activities, here you can specify which control key should be taken. Okay. Then this is again related to costing. So then I will come to that, which cost element should be used. Then cost activity, which control key, then service, which control key, then this is control key, specify it. In addition to that, other details you can specify it, but those are optional. But these are the control keys, base minimum. We need to specify which control key system need to took it. So this is the network profile, and this profile.
So, one doubt. I hear the procurement 130 is there, network procurement. We are maintaining the 130. What purpose we can use that?
Yeah, I will come to that one during a costing. During costing, I will explain what is that. So here, then we need to assign this network profile to our project profile. Now, there is one more configuration is there. So for example, if you look at here, suppose this activity, you can see only, 2, 3, 4 tabs are showing only. So what I did one configuration. What I have done is user interface settings. Then here there is layout of activity detail screen. So here I can specify a layout. How do you want? For example, this profile, I want these are the names I want: basic data, text data, date, forecast date, other data, and these are the icon it should look. I can choose some icons. So that's what it is looking at here: basic data, user data, tax data, dates, other data like that. Then based on this, then I will specify what are the screens it should show. I can put the screen numbers. So in each tab, system will allow up to 5 detail screen you can put it. Okay. This way, if you want, you can control the layout. So that is what there. So for example, if I delete this, then I save it. So if I delete this now, if I come back and open it again, so here you can see that now it came to standard tabs. See, so this is the standard tabs. So you can see which tab you want to show, which one you don't want to see. Then that is possible from this configuration. This is what we call it as a layout screen. Similarly, if you want to hide or show some field, then there is a field selection option, same like we discussed about the WBS element. Then you can go to that header or activity overview or details. How do you want it? Then you can go here and set which one to be put, required or display or hide, which you can do it, but don't do it universal level. Choose at least a project profile, or sorry, network profile. Then you choose a network profile and maintain it for that influences. For example, if I choose something Okay, then we can see that actual finish date, actual start date, or whatever you want. For example, duration, normal duration, something like that. Normal duration. Oh. Yeah, normal duration. It should be highlighted, something like that. If I put, then I save. And if I open it, so you can see now normal duration is highlighted now in a different color. It will become blue. So this way you can set this, control this field from here, this configurations, field selection for network. Then this is the layout, you can control it from here. So rest configurations are not that huge as far as PS is concerned, but the engine is very strong, as like you said, the network scheduling or network confirmation. So all those functionality inbuilt is very strong. So that itself is derive a lot of functionality. So that is the reason I was just stressing more on the function level and the concept level. So once it is clear, then it's easy to use. Even you can run the show with the standard configuration, just adding a plant or an organization unit. Okay. So let me just quickly run through the concept of milestones. Yeah. Anyway, status we have already seen. I will take the milestone and project versions. So here, what is the purpose of milestone? That is what is the function level what you're talking about. Okay. Milestones are tools used in project management to mark specific points along a project timeline. These points may signal anchors such as project start and end date or need a external review. So it is not impact the project duration. Okay, it is just showing us some kind of achievements. So that is what we will say milestone. Same thing, same word, we will use it in our life, right? This was a milestone like that. So in the project management also same thing. It is showing some kind of achievement or some kind of greater events, but it won't have any duration. So it is not going to impact any kind of duration of the project, but it will give you some kind of information. Okay, you have reached this. So if you look at from the reporting perspective, it is easy to know whether your project is reached certain milestone, or I mean certain things are achieved or not. That is easy to understand. That's the main purpose. That is one thing. Second thing, there are other usage from SAP perspective. You can use it for progress analysis. You can use it for billing. There are different functions extra SAP has given in the from the SAP milestone. So when you're talking about some programs, or for example, is a milestone in MS project like that one, you can even you make the relationship with the other activities, but in SAP we don't have that. That is one thing. Second thing, the same activity is used or same task is used there in MS project. If you make it 0 duration, then that will turn it as a milestone. Okay. But in SAP, it's not like that. You have to create it as a separate object. You need to create it. So there are milestone. You can create it under. You cannot create only a milestone other than standard. Okay, standard is possible, but that is only for copying it. Either you have to create the milestone under a WBS element, or you need to create under an activity. So based on the area where it is going to create, the behavior changes. Okay. For example, if you are using it in WBS in milestone, there are whatever the purpose you are seeing it. Either you can use it for a billing purpose. There is a concept of milestone billing. It is nothing but when your milestone is confirmed, you need to bill that amount. That's it. So there will be a block normally. That block we need to get removed from the sales order. So that is what we call it as a milestone billing. So if you want to use it a milestone for that purpose, then you can use it to do that. So there is a function called sales document. You need to have a checkbox active. Then that is can be used in the billing purpose or sales document. Then you can use it for progress analysis. So for example, if you want to calculate the project progress, so you can say if this milestone is completed means this much progress is achieved. That way is possible. Then there is a concept called a milestone trend analysis. This is also a different progress calculations from the project management perspective. So there also you can use that. Yeah. Then that is also you can activate that checkbox and use that. Then what you are saying just for information purpose, this milestone is there, something like that. So you can use it for any of this purpose, or you can you do it all together also, any combination also. So this is what the milestone coming from the WBS perspective. But when it comes to activity have some more other functionalities, because normally when the milestone get assigned to a network activity, then it brings some additional functionality like this. For example, there are some milestone function comes. Okay, so you can do some kind of, you can do some kind of releasing of some additional activities. You can use it for some stopping indicator. You can do some kind of additional network included. You can create additional. So some additional functions comes when the milestone is getting created under the network activity. So this is the difference. So milestone, you can use it for WBS element. So there are certain functionalities available for the WBS element. Similarly, the same milestone, if you assign to an activity, it will bring certain additional functionalities. So I will just show you how does it look while creating it. Okay. Let's take this project. I think it is already open somewhere. Okay, for example, if I want to create a milestone under this WBS element, then I can create a milestone. So it gives the option in WBS milestone. Yeah, so it is asking whether you want to copy it from standard. So I don't want to copy. So it creates like this single screen where we have the different option, progress analysis or sales document or tender analysis. We can use it. Then we can classify some usage here. We can use that. This is for work. There is the information also there. There are functions also there. You can do a milestone usage. Then here you can put a fixed date when it is there. Like that is possible. Then you can just save it. So now this is the milestone under WBS element. So you can see it look like this. Now if I create say one under this activity, create a milestone. We call it as activity milestone. Do you want to copy? No, I don't want to copy. So let's say the usage is something. So let me just save it and open it and show you what is the difference. So when it comes to create under this, we have given the date here, okay, fixed date, when that is coming as a scheduled date. But when it comes to an activity, automatically scheduled date is taken from the activity. That is one thing. Second thing, you can see that it has two more tab now. One is called function administrator. Anyway, it is created change, that's okay. But you can see here additional tab came functions. So this functions is also possible to use as part of the milestone. Okay. Anyway, that we will talk in detail. So this is the difference. You can see that. Then also another things are there. How do you want the offset of activity? You want the latest date, or if you tick the latest, this one, then the system will take the latest date. For example, here we have earliest start and latest start. Okay, so based on that one, if it is a different one, for example, let's say take here both are different. So if I create one milestone here, you will find that difference. So here it is taken the earliest date. So if I put, it is automatically changed to 6 latest date. So this is possible, but here you don't have that functions. You can see that. Okay. Then there is an option, you can, this date, if you want to offset it, that you can put how many days, how many percentage that offset is possible. That is one thing. Then there is one release stop indicator is here, which will not be there here. Okay, because that is a part of the, that is part of these functions. So when you are using it here, release up to stop indicator, I'm saying I release something up to stop indicator. So here I can specify this one as a stop indicator, like that. That concept is. So these are the things, just basic about the milestone. So
Abdul, this progress analysis, if I enable the progress analysis, is there I can able to see any reports belongs to this progress analysis?
That we will take it in a separate. We have that concept. One class I will cover it, that progress analysis. So there is a different method is there. This is one method, milestone.
Again, somebody has to confirm this milestone, or how it will, the similarly
always,
activity we are confirming.
Always milestone is need to confirm, but there is an option we have seen in the confirmation milestone automatic. So if it is under the activity, then this actual date automatically comes while confirming this activity. Once this activity is reached 100%, here automatically will confirm that date. But if it is in the WBS element, then you need to, once you release this network as a WBS, you will get the option to put it manually. You have to put it. WBS means you have to put it manually. If it is activity, it can be automated. Because in the confirmation parameter, we are mentioning that milestone automatic. So when you are confirming it, it will come automatic.
So basically,
again, final confirmation.
Basically, what I understood, there were so basically there are 10 activities. Above the one milestone has been assigned. So when I'm completing the 10th activity, automatically actual date will update in milestone. Is am I right?
Yes. I mean, where it is assigned to it. For example, if with this activity, if I'm confirming the 40, then it will automatically confirm.
Okay. So directly, if I complete 40, I have not completed 30. Hello.
No, 30 will not. No, because 30 you are not assigned to it. You are assigned to 40. Then how it is 30 will be effective?
No. The basically what happened, I am assigning milestone for activity 40. So yes. I have not completed 10 and 20. Directly I completed 40. In that case, how it will work?
That is, you are manipulating the data. That is, the system is not responsible for that. If you are manipulating data, system is not responsible for that, right? So that is user discipline, and you have to see that whether it's a manipulation is happening or not. There is a lot of reports available, and it will show you when you change and how it is changed and all those things. So manipulation is possible everywhere. So you cannot stop that. If somebody do that, then what you can do?
Well, I have one question here. We are not using network and activity. We are using only WBS. So the milestone, how it will help us to configure or help us to
I believe this course is for a consultant, so you cannot say I'm not using it, right?
No,
You are
I'm
learning
saying
how to
that.
use it, right? You are learning how to use it, so you have to understand how to use it.
No, that's
So
why
there
I'm
is no
asking.
question of we are not using it, because this is not for a user level training. This is a consultant level training. So you have to learn how to use it. So that's what
why
I'm
I'm
explaining,
asking.
how to
I am
use
up
it.
to
That's what
that.
I'm explaining, how to use it, no? So there is no question of we are not using. I will not be able to answer that your question. How to use? We are not using. So the question should be
No,
how
I
to
am
use it.
also asking the same question to you regarding that. Currently I'm not using how to use it. Can you explain that?
Yeah, that's what I am explaining it, how to use it. You are not seeing it. I'm creating under WBS element and I'm creating under activity.
No, my question is, Dul, where can I when creating this, how to add an advantage? Suppose currently I'm not using this network and activity. Suppose I'm going to use this milestone. How will be useful to me?
Yeah, that's what boss I explained you in this one, right? Here I explained that, right? We talk about this. What is the use of a milestone? Have you seen this? We talk about these functions, right? You can use it for sales document. You can use it for progress analysis. You can use for trend analysis. You can use it for information. Then similarly, I talk about when it comes to activity, there are some differences. Okay, so that is what I'm showing it here. So here I'm just talking about when you are creating under WBS element, how it look like, what are the option comes. So I'm talking about a progress analysis, you can use it. Then Gobi asked me what is progress analysis. I said, there is a separate session for progress analysis. I will explain you about that. Then sales document, I said, right? If you have to use a certain percentage, then it will be there. I will show you an example for that.
Okay.
And we are talking about the trend analysis. There is another report called milestone analysis. Then we come to here, then he is asking about what is the scheduled date, how the actual date comes. Then he was talking whether, for example, if I supposed to 40 and if I control without 30, if I come to 40, what to do? Then that's what I'm saying. System will not stop you. That is a manipulation. So you should, the user discipline should follow that. So now what is your doubt? Now you tell me from your doubt perspective. Ask. No, you can ask question, no problem, but not for a namesake, something you ask, I think that is not a good thing, right? You ask something relevant, then it's okay to explain. Okay, anyway, let's stop it today. We'll see it in the next class. Thank you.